Hey,
You ready for breakfast?
you ready for breakfast now, Mr. Pat?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, we gonna grab some.
Okay, give us about 10 minutes. We'll be ready. All right. Maybe we'll get our audience back. Shout out to Fidel. Shout out DB. Shout out everybody was in the last chat.
Yeah, yeah,
It got hot real quick. So the iPad went out. But long story short, Rica reached out to me before she went to open platform, and she ran through it. Usually it take about 2 years. You did it in like 18 months.
Yeah, because when I started at Landstar, I was doing van. And like I said, I did van at Schneider. When I came to Landstar, I actually wanted to do open platform. And the lady was like, yeah, maybe you should go van first, blah, blah, blah. So I listened, and I went van first. And I did it. I did it for a year, and then I'm like, I don't want to do this. So what I did was I called up, scheduled my securement class. I went, I got it done, and then here I am, you know. I actually just found the email. I believe it was, what? No, it was 2022 I did it. So it wasn't a full year I was at Landstar and I did it because I'm in the 21, 22. Yeah, so found the email that I did it or whatever, but I really wanted to do it, and once I say I want to do something, I want to do it, and if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So I'm very goal oriented. I try to plan all my moves and everything, try to make the best decisions. Everything ain't perfect. There are ups and downs, so it's not gonna be a smooth ride, but if you're consistent with it, you're gonna be okay.
And you definitely have to be you said it earlier, you definitely have to be dedicated to it.
Yep.
And because like van drive, you always got to pay attention to what's going on around you. When you're wide, you really
got to pay attention. Ain't no just zoning out, just down the road, holding steering wheel. Like, you're really looking at everything. You got to notice everything, got to notice every sign, even more so because you're over-dimensional. It's different. They could have detours, things on the road. Yeah, exactly. People walking on the road. How many people did we pass coming over here? I mean, we passed so many people walking on the highway. We weren't over-dimensional, but at the same time, they were just right there at the edge of the highway, you know? So you got to look out for the four-wheelers. You got to look out for other trucks. You got to look out for every single thing.
They don't have no understanding. You would think other truck drivers have understanding, but they don't.
They don't. Some of them are the worst ones. They won't get out of the way, and even if you're in a certain position, they'll try to squeeze by you and everything like that. You know, I remember I was doing this dump truck bed where, you know, they move stones in a quarry, and I picked it up down somewhere in Laredo, and I was going over to North Carolina with it. And I was at the Texas-Louisiana line. I stopped at the petrol over there, and I had to go meet my escort on the Louisiana side. So I'm like, just meet me at the line. I'll meet you by this pilot, whatever, and then we're going to continue. Getting out of the truck stop, I waited, made sure everything was clear, that I could pull out. I pulled out, everything was cool. This lady, she was like way down the road. Now, I could have cleared her, no problem. But she sees me coming out, and this woman floors it on the city road. It wasn't no highway or none of that. Floors it, right? I guess from a distance, the load didn't look that big, and she thought she could squeeze around me. And she raced down on me, and the last minute, she got scared. All I heard was, skirt! And she took out a sign and almost took out the damn light post and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, she didn't touch me at all. I didn't do nothing wrong. There was a cop there right as I came out. The cop was on my left. They were in the truck stop parking lot and everything like that. And I'm making the left turn. So they see me, everything's good, whatever. They heard everything, and then they turned around, right? So they seen everything. After she hit the sign and everything, she's like, oh, I caused her to have an accident. She pulled around in front of me, T-bone, tried to block off traffic and everything. I'm like, lady, move your car. I didn't do nothing to you, whatever. She wouldn't move. The cops came over. They had to call in another unit because they were doing something else and everything like that. And she was at fault because I didn't hit her. I didn't touch her. She tried to lie and said she was coming out the parking lot right next door to the Petro. And the officer's like, no, you weren't there. We saw you down the road. So, it's a lot of stuff that it's just crazy. And people will do things out here. So you just have to be mindful and be careful.
It's like it's amplified once you take on these bigger loads in an open platform, and it's real dangerous. Securement, even when you secure it good, perfectly, curves, weight shifts, high gravity of center, weight, it's just a lot of stuff you have to really look out for. But before we go again, because this is going to be a short live, what advice? I know you said dedication, you got to be patient.
Yes.
You got to learn your numbers real quick.
The state laws and everything like that. And don't cut corners.
Yeah.
Don't cut corners. Don't cut corners. Like, here's the thing. You get better as you go. Everything changes all the time, but consistency, you get better as you go. And don't cut corners. There ain't no shortcuts in it. And them shortcuts could cost you everything. So just
Money,
be mindful of that.
License.
Your life, somebody else's life. So just be mindful of that. Take it seriously and do it to the best of your abilities. And if you want to do it, if this is something you have a passion for, do it. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it. I've seen skinny people, fat people, short people, tall people, old people, young people doing this thing.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it and you're serious about it, do it. Do it. But do it good and do it right. And don't take no cheap freight and shit. And don't bring the rates down. Because we ain't got time for that.
And it's an investment. If you had to guess between your headache rack, let me show. Hopefully they get a good picture of that. Yeah. Between your headache rack, chains, equipment, binders, how much you think you done invested so far?
So far? Sheesh. I'll probably spent maybe 20 to 30,000 on equipment alone. The headache rack was like $4,000 getting that installed, whatever. But you have to continuously buy equipment. You have to continuously buy stuff. Chains, straps. When you upgrade, things rip, things tear. I've lost flags on loads, and then you pull up to do a load check, and you got maybe 2 or 3 flags left. You got to put another one, and lose it again. So you're always buying more equipment. It ain't just a one, buy it and it's done. You don't want to use damaged equipment. You want your stuff to be pristine so it can do what it's supposed to do. Everything is weight rated. So if it's not up to par, it's not doing its job. That stuff DOT could put you out of service.
Take over. I'm going to tell Mr. Pat, go ahead. But more than likely, I'm just going to dead head out.
Yeah. You sure you don't want no breakfast?
Yeah, I don't want none. Okay. I'm trying to get out of here.
He trying to leave me, y'all. But you're always buying more equipment, and the higher you go in, or the deeper you go in it, you're gonna need to upgrade your equipment. When I started, I used 3/8 chains and binders and stuff like that. Now I still have 3/8 chains, but I have heavier duty binders, which are good for also 1/2-inch chains, which are the heavier chains that handle about like 16,000 pounds versus the chains that only handle about 6,000 pounds, 5,000 pounds, or whatever, like the straps and stuff. So it's just basically a variation of things you'll need to do your work. It changes, as I say, but you just got to change with it, So, yeah. You went to go talk to Mr. Patty and be back. I'm going to just look and see what y'all talking about. If y'all got questions, I'm always willing to answer and stuff. I don't post too much on YouTube no more because I honestly don't like the drama and stuff. It's extra and I don't have time for it. I tend to be real busy, and if I'm not busy, I'm resting, working. I'm always working, so yeah. G-Way the big money. Don't let him fool you. I told him let me hold something cause when he whipped around with that trailer and all the axes on there, you feel me? But he's a real cool guy. I've spoken to G-Way for years now and everything. Found him on YouTube when I was interested in coming to Landstar. Paid more attention to him, more so wanting to get into open platform and stuff. So while I was going through the steps, whether I was step deck, flatbed, whatever, he's always helpful and helped me out if I had any questions and advice and stuff like that. And even now, if I need advice on anything, I will ask him. Like I said, don't let your pride and your ego hold you back. Nobody knows everything. It's a learning process all the time, and you're always constantly, it's kind of always in motion and everything like that. So, yeah. So, I have to, like my next load, I'm going to do some giant wine barrels for a winery. They're, 13.8 wide, 13.11 high, and about 16 feet long. And I'm going to need a pole car and a chase for that because the width, I need the chase. And the height, I need the pole car because I'm going to be like 15.9 high. So I'm going to do 2 of those. I probably won't do any video or nothing on it. I'll take a picture and stuff like that. But for any females out there that's interested in doing it, and you want to get into it, you're serious about it, I say do it. Find a mentor, somebody that knows what they're doing, ask questions and stuff, and just learn as much as you can. And like I said, you never stop learning because things are always changing. The parameters change, the rules change for the states and everything like that. But yeah, I'm gonna be staying in Cali for a little bit. At least till next week. I don't see nothing on the board for a while, but that load that I'm about to do, they're short loads or whatever. Nothing too crazy, probably about a day to run them, and they pretty decent. I'm gonna, like I said, I need to pay the 2 cars or whatever, so whatever routing they give me for the route, pay the drivers either day rates or mile rates and stuff. And these pilot cars, honestly, these pilot cars tend to be very expensive. They actually get paid more than a lot of company drivers because they get rate per mile or day rate. You could be going 50 miles and you may have to pay somebody $500 to $700 depending on where you are. Typically it's about like $2 a mile and stuff, plus your permits and all of that. So it's a very costly industry to be in. You're always spending, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, you're always spending, but I wouldn't trade it, honestly. And right now I'm still a SH4. I'm working on being SH5. I'm about 4 loads after these 2 loads. I'm gonna be at 4 loads away. So once I make it there to SH5, I could basically do damn near whatever. So I've been working, That's all I do. What's up, Christopher? G-Way over there talking to Mr. Pat. He gonna be back in a second, people. I'm just keeping y'all company. But if y'all have any questions, type them in the chat. Type them in the chat.
You keeping it going?
Yeah, they still here. Christopher Robinson just jumped in. Robin. Alright, do my 2290.
Oh, yeah, I did mine already. Yeah,
They've been emailing me about that stuff too.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna just get up out of here. He said he got a load. Everybody got a load but Nate. Everybody got a load but me.
Shoot.
But once again, that's I choose not to run up and down California.
Yeah.
I have to be careful on weight, like we talked earlier, because something you can haul that'll keep you legal won't be legal for me. You know.
And I'm only staying for them loads because I need them loads to add to my bracket. After I do them, I only got 4 more people. So that's why I'm doing it. Because honestly, I was gonna deadhead the hell out of Cali myself, but you know,
Yeah.
that's why I'm here, only for the loads.
And once again, you're fin to accomplish what it took me 2 years to accomplish. So my hat go off to you, Ricky, because you know a lot of people that reached out to me over time and asked me for advice and you know just different things. And like I always say, Calvin Leak, C1, makes sense. A lot of people just help me in my trucking journey. So that's why I make the videos to try to pass it on or whatever the case. But you, I don't want to bother you, but she did everything she set out to accomplish. So go ahead on. Go ahead on. Hey,
and I still call him and bother him. I don't mean to bother you, G-Way. Shit.
Yeah. And I don't mind, because like I say, people that help me in. YouTube ain't what it used to be. What it used to be, everybody would help everybody out, pass along information. You know, I miss Casanova. What was his name? HD? The heavyset dude? HD Logistics. I miss him. I miss Calvin. Calvin still put out content, but not as consistent as he used to.
Because it's different now, you
know?
Yeah,
It's a troll game now. Everybody about trolling. Talk about me. I'm black. I'm fat. You know. You know, go ahead and talk about me. I ain't got the bees no more, so y'all can't talk about that. You know. Man, people used to clown me about my bees. But
it's your style.
Yeah. Hey,
don't get pick at anything that they feel they need to pick at, but you know what? If they spend more time worrying about their own thing and what they're trying to do, they'd be further and they wouldn't be picking. So
yeah. And this is the thing that kills me. A lot of people become owner-operators just to say they're owner-operators. You can't come an owner-operator, get on YouTube, talk about everybody, and sit at home. You're going to go broke real fast.
People think, oh, you're never home. Look, I could go home, but I have a goal in mind, and I'm trying to accomplish that. So best believe, yes, I'm going to be out here. Whenever I'm ready, wherever I am in the country, I could get home empty if I want to.
Okay.
But I work my ass off because I'm trying to reach a goal, and I'm damn sure going to reach that, you know. So.
And I tell everybody, my deadhead game strong, baby. I would go home. I can look for a load on my couch fast as I can look at one of the trucks.
Yeah, at least you be comfortable at home.
Yeah. And in this current climate, you know, it is really hard. But you have to do what you got to do out here, you know. Hopefully the rates will come back after the election. I'm not going to get into politics. But hopefully the rates come back. The election years are bad anyway. Have you noticed that since you've been in the trucking game?
I hope it gets better because I don't know. Right now, it's a lot more about your connections, and even your connections is slow for them too because everything kind of fell off.
Yeah. Fell off drastically. I wanted Miss Richardson out there. Shout out to Miss Richardson.
Yes. How you doing, lady?
Yeah. Shout out to Guilty. I'll be glad when Guilty get back. Yeah, because just the YouTube scene is not the same no more. Even the education, just the stories, the lifestyle, it just ain't the same. You ever watch Nick and Carla?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was watching Nick and Carla, and then I think they left it, gave it up when they were doing something else. But I used to watch them a lot.
Yeah. I got a chance to meet them.
Yeah.
I didn't interview them, but I got a chance to meet them. They're back, but they're doing Expedite again.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing Expedite again. They're doing their thing. Shout out to the late truckers.
Of course.
You want to walk around and talk about your setup?
Sure.
All right.
It ain't as exciting as G-Waves, I'll tell you.
Let me see if I can flip the camera around for y'all. Oh, I thought I flipped the camera. There you go. All right.
All right. So my trailer is gooseneck. Well, they call it RGN, so removable gooseneck trailer, double drop. Typically, they vary in well spaces or whatever. Mine's I got 32 in the well, and it stretches out to 56 feet. On the back deck right here, I have about
Where's that back?
like about almost 50 feet on the back deck, which typically I don't put a lot up here because, like I said, I can only bring 30,000 pounds before I'm overweight. So whatever mostly just sits in the well, unless it's something light where it's 2 pieces and I have to bring it, then like this, like when I did that flight simulator out of Florida or whatever. So the cockpit was down there and some other part of it was here, the control panel or whatever. That was a fun load. I had to also become a carpenter. So I had to buy a bunch of lumber, 6x6 by 8-foot friggin' pillars, and I mean them things are heavy. Like 8 of them plus some other wood, and had to build a whole bridge up here so I could bridge everything, into fluid and strap it. Of course, you need power tools. People don't think that they need power tools. You need power tools. You need a sawzall saw. You need an impact drill and all of that. It does come in handy. You don't use it all the time, but you do need it at times. There are times when you could book a load and they say it's oversized, but the only thing that's causing it to be oversized is extra dunnage that sticks out. So then you could just cut that off, and then your load is now legal dimensions, and you can roll and stuff like that. I don't really much on my trailer.
Yeah, a lot of people keep stuff on their back deck. Yeah, I noticed that.
So I just have like 4x4s, because honestly, I don't think I've used those things. I moved from step deck, so I probably just get rid of them. But they're there for now. Sometimes people ask for them, so they're there until I don't need them. And of course, we got our outriggers and stuff like that. So I don't have my outrigger boards yet because I haven't needed anything where I need to use that for. On the trailer very well, strap it and all that. I do have tarps. I keep them up on the deck because I like to keep the deck space clear. So when I'm loading, I don't have to run. And of course, the ladder, I'm short. So when there's those high loads or whatever, it's rare that you have to climb up on nothing. But I'm a lady. I may not have the man strength to get them 60-foot straps all the way over, so I may have to climb up a little bit, and
Yeah.
But I do have tarps, like I said, I have some 6-foot drop tarps for if I ever have to tarp, and also a 36 by 36 in the front flap for like the excessively tall or wide load that need that. But typically, we don't talk a lot of chain work, sometimes strapping. Yeah, this is a lot more machinery vehicles versus when I was doing step deck where it's more materials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's always fun. And like I said, I'm about to do a whole giant wine barrel. So I mean, like
Two of them. Get it right. Two of them.
2 wine barrels.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They go up here by your gooseneck. A lot of people ask me to do a video on how to detach. I never did one, but basically, yeah, you detach in here.
I detached because I went and washed the truck and got her polished and stuff.
Oh yeah, y'all see her rims, right? Y'all see the rims? Hey, look at mine. I can't afford no chrome polish.
Oh, please.
I can't afford no chrome polish right now.
So this is my dummy line. So this dummy line is really for the truck. So typically, this is how everything is done. Red line, blue line, and my pigtail. Right?
Yeah.
So this is the setup when I'm rolling down the street. Everything is good, locked in or whatever. If I ever want to stretch my trailer, I would then have to switch out the dummy line, which is the one that controls the pins on the trailer that locks it, and the red line. Because nothing in here. It just holds the cord. You put it here, you know, release it, then I'm able to stretch. Once I'm done stretching, pull it back out, then you lock in, and we're good to go. Right? I do have a pony motor. These are my controls. If I turn it on, it's going to be loud, but I'll turn it on for y'all real quick. So we know what's on it. Right? So, raising my trailer. This is my right eye control lever and locks it in place. So I can go up. And if I'm going up, I can just leave it and it will just fall in each move. Right, to go in and bring it back down. Lift it up a little bit, get it up. Drop it back down. Right? Now if I'm gonna detach, I would then
I don't know if y'all see that dropping, y'all.
yeah, I'm not aligned, so I'm not gonna do it all the way because it's gonna crunch my thing.
Yeah.
But
That's
I'll
the thing
drop
about
it down.
my thing, yeah.
So it has to be centered perfectly. That way the function over here, and it takes the pressure off your stem. So I'll turn that off. It takes the pressure off your stem. So basically, if I'm gonna drop my trailer, I would release my pin. And you have to do it while your trailer is elevated, right? Release your pin. That releases this from this, because that's the neck. Now once that is all done, you're able to bring your controls all the way down to raise this over, bring it all the way down to the ground, and then with the other one secured there, to take off the pressure, you're able to then pull out from there. And it's very particular reconnecting because you have to line it up perfectly to get these back over.
Yeah.
Over here, and there's a little loop under here. You won't see it from here, but if I was to detach, that's where I pull that pin out, and that keeps it attached or whatever. But when the pin is pulled out, then you're free to pull out or whatever.
Right.
It's just a little noisy and dirty, and I'm not aligned, so I would detach for y'all to show y'all. But that's how it works typically.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. You do got a greasy trailer.
Oh yeah.
Trailer, the things will get rusted shut, and it's going to be a lot of work to stretch it out the freight. You got your pony motor up here, depending on what trailer you have or how you set up your trailer, or maybe here or maybe under the neck itself. You got to buy regular gasoline to keep your pony motor so it keeps running and everything like that, and whatever other maintenance you have to do. And you see, I have pigtails and airlines there. That's just for the neck. I also have my airlines and my pigtail attachments here, and I just have the neck on here alone. So I'll be able to pull off.
Hey, y'all see that shiny box right there? Y'all see that shiny box right there? Yeah.
I got her polished finally. I finally got back over here so I can get polished. But you know, they roll up whatever. Sometimes they lift it on you, ain't got it attached or whatever. And you just reconnect, bring back up your trailer, put back on all your attachments, and you're free to go.
Yeah.
And yes, you can do it with a Freightliner. You don't need a heavy all-spec truck, but it would be nice.
Whatever get the job done to get you there. Because I started with a 2015 Pro Star, remember?
You know?
But back to your ride height real quick. When she was adjusting the height, the importance of that is with your load.
Yes.
Get it down, need a pole car or not.
Exactly. So that will save you money when you don't need a full car to run with or whatever based on the height. Because if it's set high, then it's going to be over a certain measurement and everything like that. You can drop it down to the lowest setting. I believe I could get about 1.5 inches away from the ground if I wanted to and ride like that. But typically I ride in about 2 or 3. Keep it up away from anything and you can curve because you can get stuck, you can bottom out, and then you got to raise it. And that's the difference between having a mechanical like Pat has. Pat has a mechanical. No.
Yeah.
Woody has the mechanical.
Yeah, Mr. Woody got the mechanical.
So
he got a nice trailer though.
a mechanical is the ones that have the front deck that's flat. So their attachment is way different. They gotta block up the neck. They gotta eat stuff, knock it out, do this. It's a lot of money.
The dog
I
one.
feel is very much simpler than that.
Yeah. As long as you don't run out of gas.
Exactly. Don't run out of gas.
Yeah, don't run out of
like,
gas.
you'll pay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty decent setup. It's a really good trailer to have because with the wall space I have, I don't have to stretch a lot of times. So most of the stuff fit right in there. It's 34 feet, so 32 feet. So that's pretty decent. They vary from 24 up to 34 or more, depending on what trailer you have and brand and stuff like that.
And I give you credit. Hey, y'all see all that meat on them tires? She keep our equipment up. She don't play the radio. That's another thing. Out here heavy haul, you got to stay on your equipment. Yeah.
So I went with 11R tires. They are a little thicker, higher, and everything like that. And I know you want to keep it lower to the ground, but I like the fact that it has more meat. The tires are thicker and they last longer and stuff like that. And I like the rugged size more.
Yeah. And a lot of times we don't go to paved areas.
Yes.
You're riding on the grass, you're riding in the dirt, a lot of gravel. Yeah.
So these are really good for gripping and stuff like that. So I wanted this. And 11Rs are more for heavy haul stuff. So, because I have 22.5, if I'm running low flow, so with this you get a little more space in between and stuff. And I also did them on the steering as well because before I found out about 11Rs, I set my low pros on the front, so technically my truck would sit like a little bit down to the floor in the front, but now it's level as you can see. Unless you look at the fairing, so the fairing was moving down towards the ground and stuff, and now it's more even and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's it. It ain't no beast.
I know, man.
Don't let it fool you. It ain't no beast, man.
Hey, I be trying to keep on the road, you know. Yeah, hey, but we finna get out of here. Once again, you two, we appreciate y'all and thank you. Y'all be safe out there. Rub side down, shine side up, baby. Yo. Hey, I gotta remember how to end this thing. Oh, there we go. All right.
Let's go get our stuff off the street.